another episode of Counselors Lady. We got our boys up in here. We got Pop, John, Incog. What's up? How was y'all week, fella? Let's start with Mr. Incog. What's going on?
My week was good, man. It was straight, Got a lot of shit done. Got some good sleep in, and just working and shit, man. Ain't nothing too exciting that I could talk about. So
yeah, we need you to get out of the house a little bit more, man. We need you to put some liquor in you. That sounds a little boring. What you got out of there, John? Are you over there sipping on the Modelo?
Modelo for sure. Man, shit. I'm low key just recovering from last weekend. And,
you care to elaborate?
Too much fun, man. I linked up with the boys in ATL and shit kind of went left quick at that. We had one nigga end up in the ER, another nigga slept on a bridge. It was a whole lot of shit going on, but I enjoyed myself. I really did. And
you need to
if we're counting L's, I took one of the lighter ones that weekend, so that's cool.
If you sound like Incog need to come hang out with y'all because he's boring ass. What you do over the weekend? Over the last couple of days, Pop?
Nothing much, man. I was also on that trip there. I probably had the least eventful.
Were you the ER guy?
No,
or the bridge guy?
I wasn't the bridge guy. I threw up a couple times though.
Really? You did that discreetly because I ain't see that shit.
It was in the bathroom after I came back.
He can't handle his liquor guy.
I can't hold my liquor.
That was the first time I threw up in a minute.
And this man can handle.
That's good. I'm glad y'all came back safe. I was also with these guys the past weekend, and I can say old niggas trying new things don't do it. That's all I can say. Old niggas trying new things just don't do it. Stay in your lane. But it was also an eventful weekend. I was neither the ER or bridge guy, but I feel bad about one.
Which guy were you?
I was the emotional CEO / nigga just out of pocket guy.
He was the nigga who lost his wallet. Let's talk about that. I was
the nigga that lost his wallet. And I was first night
for that shit.
And I also took an L. It was the major L until bridge guy. He liked my L. So I'm good with that. All right.
Let's shit. Hold on. Before we even pass on, I'm gonna tell y'all what. Next fella's trip, 2 days. That's it. In and out. I'm not fucking with it. That shit was ridiculous.
All right, you do it. Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's start with something light. All the Ye fans can rejoice. I know my man Incog can because Kanye basically almost lost his career over this white man.
Did he?
Yes, he got silenced because he was going after this man in a wild.
Who was he silenced by?
His promoters. What are you talking about?
Okay, if you say so. But listen, let me break the news.
Go ahead.
Skete Davidson is dead. Dead on arrival. 28 years young. He's dead. Kanye fans rejoice. He's out of there. Apparently, Kim finally came to her senses, or she's just on to the next penis. I don't know. Either way, he is out of the picture.
Damage is done, though.
The damage is done. Do you think Kanye gonna take her back, though?
Well, no. Here's the thing, right?
She gonna take him back.
Yeah, it's not even about taking each other back. You know what I'm saying? It got to the point where, okay, Skete is the dude, right? All right, whatever. Now he got to go through this whole emotional roller coaster again with the next dude she picked. Who knows who the hell it's gonna be, dog?
Man, I think he's doing
it's a revolving cycle, bro.
It's for fun at this point.
It's for
crazy.
Fun.
You think he was really in love?
Who? Skete?
Yeah.
I mean, he was out playing.
He went to therapy.
I'm talking about what Incog said, as in Skete got worried about how she gonna be with the next dude or whatever.
No, that's
no. He talking about Kanye. He talking about Kanye.
Yeah. Okay, never mind.
Now the next dude.
Man, Kanye gonna slide back in that. That's about to be a whole reunion.
But what's the point, though? To do this all over again?
He wants his family back.
To do this all over again?
He do want his family back.
He holding up the divorce, dog. Why do you think she gonna take him back? What do you mean
I
he gonna
mean,
slide up in
he's
that?
not gonna go away.
He's
it's
about
a
to be
Kardashian.
You ever had a
he's
you ever
about to
had a
look for
person?
another look-alike.
Wait, time out. You ever had a person where you tried to break up with their ass and they would not let you break up with them? Like you just like literally had to disrespect their ass to get them to go away. Well, that's Kanye. Kanye's that
Asian
person.
problem.
Like, how do they get back around? Like, how? Like,
They just don't accept
like,
the
how,
breakup.
and what do they do when they don't accept
They don't mix, bro. They don't mix. I mean,
Like,
look,
it happens. Okay, I can attest to
the
that.
Kardashians are very private, and Kanye is not. So they don't mix, bro.
Nigga, their whole life is on
Kardashians
TV.
private. What are you
Stop
talking
it.
about?
Opposite.
They private on certain stuff.
No, I don't think
certain
you mean
stuff.
that.
No, because
Kardashians aren't private.
They only private
They
until
private
the
on certain
premiere.
stuff. On certain
No,
stuff.
they just don't want you to see it until the episode come out.
My bad. Bad choice of words. The Kardashians don't like being embarrassed. That's what it is. They don't like being embarrassed. And they especially don't like being embarrassed by somebody.
Your brand is built
they just
off
want
of
their
being
name.
I'm just saying.
How can you not want to be embarrassed? Your whole brand is built off.
Chloe gets embarrassed every 2 weeks, dog. What do you
and
mean?
They always trying to shut him out.
She having another baby with him. What do you mean?
It was before it happened.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
before it happened.
It
was before it happened.
After what number? After what time did it caught? What do you mean?
Hey, I said the brand. The brand don't like being embarrassed. She's just a dummy. She can't help. That's
she part of the brand.
She in love, man.
Now it's being a dummy and embarrassment or what?
You said what? Is who?
The mama.
Is she an embarrassment? How?
No, I'm saying the mama. She's the brand, so she don't like being embarrassed.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
She's not the brand. She's ahead of the brand. She's not the brand.
The brand ambassador.
I don't think.
She's the brand. She might not be the ambassador, but she's the brand. She started all this shit.
Well, yeah.
She started or did Kim started?
No, she started.
Yeah, her mom started all of that.
Her mom started.
I mean,
they capitalized.
The porn take just.
Her mom was filming the joint.
For real. I really hope that wasn't the case.
Y'all didn't see the still when they was on the mirror. You can see the motherfucker.
Listen. Speaking of sexual grievances, I guess let me go ahead and swing this over to this. There's a particular lady in Texas who was sentenced to 60 days in jail for having sex with a student. And I personally, well, yeah, it is definitely a double standard. I don't know why she only got 60 days, but I think really the question of the day is, where are all of these teachers that like to have sex with students coming from? Like, back in my day,
you sound like you're jealous, nigga.
No, I'm not jealous. I'm really more just curious.
Jealous.
Like, where does this come from?
The teachers got younger.
The teachers back in my day looked like bull daggers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they were not really what that was. So I'm trying to figure out where did they come from and how did they just get so comfortable to a place with their students to where they feel like they should be busting it open for the kids.
Hey, they close in age. I don't know. I really can't answer that question. It's weird.
I really think that's what it is. A lot of these, they're all younger teachers. They're like 35 and under, most of them. And I don't remember even having no teachers that young. All my teachers was old, fat, and ugly.
Yeah. But time out though. Why did they come up? How did they come up with the 60 days though? Like that just seems like some
Texas stuff. It's just some.
I think it was over like a few years too. I think it was over like a couple years she did this or something.
She got sentenced to 60 days, or she only did like she got
sentenced to 60 days. Yeah, and I think she got to register for sex offender, and she's like 5 or 10 year probation or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I mean, there's a little bit more to unpack.
That ain't stop.
I mean, no. I'm saying like literally, like R. Kelly is locked up in jail right now for being.
How old was the student?
13, I believe.
Oh my god!
Shit.
Yeah, that bitch.
I believe it was 13.
That shit's crazy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. White. Imagine if a dude was repeatedly doing that to a 13-year-old girl. He'd be looking at a minimum of like 40 years, probably.
40 years.
Well, on another crazy white woman, Courtney is finally charged with stabbing her boyfriend in Miami. You know, justice is justice. It is what it is. I'm not gonna make it a white or black thing because it is what it is. Old boy don't need, you know, he had some wild tweets back in the day, so I'm just gonna, you know, just let this play out.
Looking at those tweets, right?
Just let it play out.
After you don't make it a black and white thing.
I'm just gonna let it play out.
I found out some shit today that like a month ago, before the murder, it's a video of her beating his ass.
Yeah, there's a trail record of her just.
Really, I saw that video.
So I'm like, yo, what are those? Was she making those tweets for him?
Huh?
You know what I'm saying? Because it looked like that man was being abused.
I think he was a teenager or something when he did something.
Yeah, it was before they were together. Those tweets.
It was like some anti-black tweets.
Yeah, it was kinda.
It ain't no kinda. It was a lot of anti-black woman tweets.
And I don't really even want to take it there because like
that's what I said. I didn't want to take it. It is like I hope he gets justice. That's all it is.
It is wild though that you have these like tethered African folks that come here to America and then they just have like this pent up vitriol.
He African?
Black Americans. Yeah, he's African.
Oh.
And then, you know, now that he has, you know, met his demise, his family is like trying to rally the African American community, or at least when this shit started off, to kind of like be a the black community to kind of get them to, you know, rally around their cause. It was kind of like the same thing with that Gene Botham situation where, you know, everybody was kind of like up in arms about the situation, like rightfully so. And then, you know, at trial, you know, this family is over here hugging the victim and doing all this other shit. Like, that's the shit I don't like. And I know I might be going on a little tangent or whatever, but like one thing.
I don't think that's the same.
You don't think it's the same? I guarantee you once the court.
Those two cases you mentioned, that was for forgiveness, kind of. But this one.
Do you think the family wants forgiveness? I guarantee you.
Well, from what you started, so you started off talking about how the African community don't really fuck with blacks.
They don't until they need.
And I agree with that. They don't at all. But the other case you brought up was the one where the dude was hugging the dude who killed his brother.
They needed us. They needed us to push the agenda, and we were right there to rally behind it. And then when it was time for justice to be served, they was in there kumbayaing and carrying on. I don't like it. And I suspect we'll see something similar in this case.
Well, like I don't, it is what it is. I don't care because oh boy, you know, hey man, you can't be saying all that wild stuff and then, you know, this is what happens. It is what it is.
I mean, it's not his fault for saying that, and then this happens. I mean,
I know it's not. That's why I said I hope he gets justice. I said I don't feel no kind of way. It is what it is. I'm not gonna make it up. That's why I said I'm not making it black and white thing. I'm not gonna say oh black this black like I usually do or I would. I'm just I hope he gets justice, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
But
I ain't never down for no white folks getting away.
I did see some tweets.
I'm not either. But
like I said, saying that he would never date a black woman, and he wanted he. It was a lot of shit. It was some fucked up shit.
Yeah, I just said I hope he gets justice. That's all it is. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, definitely. No more than that. Fry her ass. Cook her shit up like bacon.
on
egg white.
on more or make it now we can make it a black and white thing. The father and son convicted of murdering Ahmad Aubrey. They're both were given additional sentence of life in prison Monday for federal hate crime charges, while their neighbor was sentenced to 35 years in prison. So, you know.
Can I jump in here real quick? I mean, I know I've been doing a lot of talking, but I kind of don't feel like Roddy, the neighbor, should have got as much time. Like Roddy to me was just
fuck that.
No,
you a part of it.
Roddy
he was riding with him. They was
Roddy was riding behind.
He
was in the car behind him. So what did
I think he was saying some racist stuff on video
Conspired.
What did Roddy?
He filmed it.
Come on, get in the car.
He was an
Roddy got in his car and he drove. I don't know if any of y'all ever watched that interview with him and Anderson Cooper. That was the funniest shit.
So hold on. How many years do you think he deserved? How many years do you think he deserved?
I think without Roddy, this case goes nowhere. And so I think
that's because he's an idiot, not because he was cooperating.
Either way,
his story was weak.
You don't get that for not cooperating, and
you don't think
because you recorded the video. No, he thought they were going to get away. He thought nothing was going to happen. He could share that video. It wasn't because he didn't hand it over.
Yeah, I mean, did you hear his story?
Trying to do anything good?
Well, he turned it over to a radio station.
But did you hear his story? His story said nothing about, what they did was wrong. I wanted to hand it over. No.
He said he felt bad for the victim and the victim's family.
He deserves he deserved not to get out of jail ever.
Well, he only got how many years?
Hey,
he was on the hunt
35. He's not getting out.
He was on the hunting team.
He's 52. He's not getting out. He's 35. And I hope Travis McMichael and Greg McMichael get raped together.
Watch them try to be Aries when they get in there and shit. Too.
Try. They already are. They already
That's their best
bet.
Have
to commit.
That's their best bet.
You gotta go all the way.
Okay, let me ask you this though.
You gotta go all full throttle.
Can you blame somebody for picking a side once you get in the penitentiary, knowing what we think we know about?
You go inside prison, you gotta pick a squad.
Now he's gotta commit. He has to. I can't blame him to do what he needs to do inside of there, right?
Get that head tat.
That's you if you're in there for life.
You don't have to wait too. They little pudgy motherfuckers.
I'm sure they'll appeal them.
Well, we're glad justice finally being served. We're finally starting to see a little difference. I'm trying not to go the route of saying that it's a little bit of pandering just to quiet us down or try to make us feel a little good or make us feel a little equal. I'm trying not to feel like that because of all the bullshit that has happened, but it's good to finally seeing some stuff change. But y'all heard about this, I think this is one of the first cases where, the abortion has come into play, getting charges. Nebraska woman was charged with 2 felonies related to an illegal abortion after authorities collected private messages between her and her daughter on Facebook Messenger, according to court documents. Now that's like, hey, like, where do we draw the line?
So
I don't even know
did they say how they found out that she had an abortion?
No, it didn't.
So
it just say the messages. It say the messages were gathered from Facebook parent company Meta using a search warrant after investigators in June requested the woman's personal information in response to the case.
So here's my first question.
Why
is a mother and daughter communicating on Facebook Messenger? Like, that's the first thing that I'm kind of curious.
You can't do that because a lot of people use Facebook Messenger to make.
I'm not gonna just communicate with my child.
But a lot of people do that.
Like, are they out of state? Are they not around? Does nobody have a cell phone?
I don't know. You can't. I can't.
Why on earth are y'all? Why is that the median for communication?
I think you wrong at the wrong. I think you wrong at the wrong thing here, my guy.
I don't think so. And then secondly,
because of how they're communicating.
Why are you on Facebook Messenger? And then secondly, the PSA goes out. Listen, and you should know this already, but if you don't by now, Meta is not your friend. Stay off. Whatever you're doing online, people, please don't talk on the phones. Do your dirt in person. This is ridiculous. Like, I mean,
you gotta FaceTime. FaceTime.
I don't know. Fetty just got in trouble for FaceTime.
You gotta FaceTime. It's encrypted, bro.
Bro, they recording the FaceTime.
I'm sure
like
that
somebody
there's
else.
a way to uncode it.
I don't know, man, but I just think this is just wild, man. I mean,
listen, an illegal abortion is an illegal abortion, though. I mean, she did break the law, so she's definitely gonna have to do the time.
Yeah, go ahead, give
them the energy that I don't know, man. It's the energy that's going into uncovering
about the
these
invasion
things.
of privacy.
It was in Nebraska.
It's not that's not a good thing. I mean,
I don't like these tech companies getting involved in this type of shit, man. Mark Zuckerberg is setting up his own demise right now.
Is the tech companies getting involved, really though?
But look though, now look.
What happens if they say no?
What if it was a terrorist attack? What if it was a terrorist attack? Would you be upset if he got involved in?
What you mean if they say no to a
then you
saying, hey, you need to give over these records?
But that could be you. But y'all realize I'm not. But you realize that could be any of us, right? That could be any of us.
What you mean?
No, it can't.
You're
What
in
you mean?
Texas. What do you mean?
I ain't got
What
no
you mean that
illegal
could be any of
abortions
us?
going.
I'm just saying, like, we get out. Well, if we get our girl knocked up or whatever in one of those states.
Okay, then we going to California.
I mean, I don't know exactly how they
trip.
got caught up. I don't know how they got caught up because I don't even know. I don't even know if is it illegal to go across state lines to get an abortion? I don't know.
How could it be? I know. You're right though, because you're asking the right questions. She must have got an abortion within state lines, is what I'm assuming.
I don't know, but even if, but it's
Because
saying
she
even if she
can't-
did,
You need to get more.
it sound like
info
even talking about it in that state because that's like conspiring, right? Even talking about it in that state.
No, talking about it and actually doing it is two different.
No, I'm saying like if you talk about it, then you actually do it in another state. Like what? Like I don't know the laws of it, so you know,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like
that's just
it
new
could
and
be
crazy,
any of us.
dog, you know?
It could be any
we're
of
probably
us.
gonna
Like
have
where
to
do
do
you
a
draw the
follow-up
line
on this? Because this is kind of interesting, actually.
So that was saying like, hey man.
And what exactly about the abortion made it illegal? Was it because they did it in the state? Because the age limit, like, I mean, was the baby viable already?
It's not giving that much information on that. That's just all they're saying. It was the Bloomberg report, Bloomberg business report. Not Bloomberg business. Bloomberg report said that. So yeah, I don't know. I mean,
R.I.P. to that baby that was illegally aborted.
Wow.
Yeah, and maybe they'll give her the
Look
long
at you.
ride.
I don't even know if that. I don't know. That sounds like a weird.
I mean,
that was a weird
RIP.
baby. I don't know.
It's a baby still.
Do you say RIP to that though? Like, do the parents do that?
I mean, I'm sure they have their whole like grieving period after the fact. I would think.
When is it a baby? When you find out you're pregnant?
I mean, it's life.
In Georgia.
No, I'm asking you, what's your opinion on it? You just said it. Like, when is it a baby?
Heartbeat.
So how do we know when she had this abortion?
I don't. I'm just assuming. If it was an illegal abortion, though, I'm assuming. It's a lot of assumptions that I'm having to do here.
I mean, even if it's a legal abortion, I don't think that shows time zone when.
Well, first of all,
how far
do
the baby
we know for certain that the laws will come into place in Nebraska is a non-abortion state, or is this an abortion?
Yes, they are
non-abortion
for
state.
certain. Okay.
Yes.
So then, if we're putting pieces together this story, then the chances are she probably had the abortion within the state.
I don't know. That's what I said. I don't know.
We'll
maybe.
We have
maybe.
To.
We got to. Because that is an interesting story, and that is scary. Because you know what's next? Where do they draw the line? But all right, let's go on to the big orange dummy. You know, Incog and John's hero took the Fifth Amendment more than 440 times and refusing to answer New York Attorney General's questions. And his whole thing in his campaign trail, if you use the Fifth Amendment, you're a guilty person. Okay. So my guy, you know, is a hypocrite. We already knew that. But what's next on the Trump show? Like,
are you upset that he took the Fifth?
I don't care. I don't understand.
I mean, he's clearly guilty. He said that that's his standpoint. So now they got to prove it, right?
Yeah,
prove it now.
He said he was guilty in what?
He has real estate that he is inflating, saying it costs more, like it's worth way more than it actually is, and he's using that to get loans with also, and a few other
not
things.
Doing appraisals on that property, and maybe there's sentimental value that he's adding to said properties.
Bro,
so he played the Fifth.
He's illegally doing it. This is what they're suing him about, or whatever is going on.
You're right.
Okay, yes, that he's I mean, you can't add sentimental value saying that something that's actually worth $5 million is now worth $12 million, and that's sentimental value. That's not how you get. There's no sentimental value in appraisals.
So he said that, or his appraisal?
That's how much you sell it for. You can do that if you're selling something, but it has nothing to do with an appraisal.
So are they saying he's forging appraisals?
I don't know how he's doing. I don't know how he's doing, but he's inflating his properties. That's what he's doing.
Just more stuff.
Which
just
is
more
illegal.
Stuff. Just more stuff. You know what I'm
saying? I think.
There's more than that, though.
Yeah, I can say the Trump train or whatnot, but fair is fair, and it is what it is, right? But I'm like, dog, they just coming after him so he don't run for president again in 2024, dog. I agree. All this shit is smoke and fucking mirrors, dog. He pled the fifth. He pled the fifth, but you really got to dig. You know what I'm saying? Because the headlines just say, he pled the fifth. They don't say what he pled the fifth to. You know what I'm saying? So you have to really dig, and most people just read headlines.
It's in the article.
It's 400 times.
You don't have to dig. It's in the article.
Like I said,
I will say this.
Most people just read the headlines, right?
I'm going to take
Okay, we
him
can't
at
be
his
speaking
own
to people
word.
who only read the headlines.
I'm going to take him
we have
at
to
his
dumb
own
everything
word.
down.
Most people
assume that if he's pleading the fifth, and he's come on record many times and said this, he's clearly guilty. Okay.
I mean, that's not even the main issue with everybody. The main issue with everybody is another white man not going down for what he did. Here's
the thing: you got to be able to prove.
We
it's
know
not
that.
like this is a criminal suit. I mean,
he's
going to end up.
I'm not talking about criminal or civil. I'm not talking about criminal or civil.
What does that matter?
I'm saying
it's a big difference between.
But in what he said,
it's
what he's being accused of doing, no one's like. What are you saying? Like he's more honorable because it's not fucking criminal?
I want a guilty verdict. I don't care what it is. I want guilty.
They're attacking his business, right? He's pleading the fifth as a businessman. He's not pleading the fifth as a fucking rapist. He's not pleading the fifth as a murderer.
Bro, but that's not what he said.
He's keeping his business afloat. Everybody's known about his business tactics. How many times he's been bankrupt?
You missing the point.
It's a business tactic.
You're missing the
point.
If
it was criminal, he had more reason not to do it then.
It is a business tactic.
You're missing the point.
It would be
You're missing the point, but you're missing the point.
Well, I think you guys are kind of missing the point, because here's the point. Is if he was doing this and it constituted enough to be fraud, it'd be a criminal case. So now we're really talking about the burden of proof here is the preponderance of the evidence. That means maybe he did it, maybe he didn't, and it's not a
y'all are missing the point.
It's more about what they can get. Is about it being extra hard to prosecute an ex-president. That's the main thing that they try to do.
It's not
hard to put
a president so y'all looking prison. At it. Y'all looking at it in the
That's why Richard Nixon wasn't in prison. He did more than that.
Y'all looking at it in a legal way or a legal standpoint. I'm just going off what that man said. I'm going off that man's word. I'm going off that man's word. That man said, I won't plead the I don't need to plead the fifth. You plead the fifth.
But was he talking about a criminal case when they was trying to come after him?
What do you mean?
Why
are you categorizing? You're categorizing.
You're giving him a window to hop out of.
But yeah, I know it's different, but he's the only one categorizing it though.
Pleading the fifth is very different civilly from pleading the fifth as a criminal. That's two different.
So you think in his head, he's when he was saying those things, he was in his head trying to articulate a difference.
Was he talking about criminal?
No.
I think if he said
he's talking about criminal,
all things,
you're adding
he
stuff.
was meant for all things when
he was talking about both of them, both of them.
Listen, he's guilty.
I'm gonna have to look more into those little clips that they were showing
probably guilty
about when he was talking about pleading the fifth.
And if he's not guilty about that, he doesn't want to shed the information because it'll shed light on something else that maybe he doesn't want.
That's all that basically is. I don't know what you're talking about. You trying to make it broader or single on one point.
What it is.
You're trying to single that. You're trying to single on one point.
It's a business tactic to plead a fifth when somebody's coming after your business.
Bro, you guilty.
It's a tactic to save your ass.
If you're guilty, you're guilty.
It's the same tactic.
Listen, it's a tactic.
It's the same tactic. You're trying to keep the same thing.
That's why you get.
Hold on.
Serves the same purpose.
Hold on. One at a time.
You're not suing the person. You're suing the business.
It doesn't. You're trying to save your ass.
That's why people.
This means you're trying to save your ass in both cases.
How
is it not?
Hold on.
You're not trying to achieve this.
Is his name attached to the business? Is his name attached to the business? Is his name attached to the business?
I'm not saying nothing.
Is his name attached to the business? Is his name attached to the business?
Is it an LLC?
But his name, he's a part of the, he's
But
the owner.
okay,
It's the same thing. So what are you talking
It
about?
doesn't
Business
matter.
or criminal?
Come on, dog.
You're getting
Don't act like
charged.
you don't know the difference just because it's
No,
the
you're
Trump
not getting charged.
person.
Somebody got to
Don't
pay
mean-
for it though.
Just because it's the Donald
And he's the
Trump,
same person.
but is he the LLC?
Who has to pay
It's
for
not
it?
an LLC.
Who has
it's
to
a
pay
whole
for it? What
corporation.
is this lady suing?
Okay, Inca, who has to pay for it?
The LLC.
Which is run
Corporation.
by
Not
who?
a lady, it's
person.
the
Which is-
state.
And
Which
you
is
can
run
sit
by
down-
who?
Lady, it's the state. You're talking about a lady. It's the state, buddy.
I don't know, man.
It's
He
the state of
runs
New
it.
York versus Donald Trump, buddy.
He runs it. So it's coming out of his pockets regardless, whether his business or whether it's him going to jail or whatever.
It's not
his
just some
pockets.
lady.
It's
You thought it was
affected
some
him.
regular
He's
person.
gonna be
This is the
guilty or
state.
not guilty. What are you
Manhattan
talking about?
District
I
Attorney.
didn't know
bro.
you get found guilty or not guilty in civil suits, but all right.
What?
I didn't know
No,
you
it's
get
not
found
guilty.
guilty or
You're
not
just going to
guilty
be
in
held
civil
liable. Is all.
Yeah, I
Same
didn't
thing.
know you got found guilty in civil suits, but all
His
right.
whole net worth is on the line.
I
I'm
don't
trying to
know
make it
about
more
that.
technical than it has to be. But all right, let's
Well,
move
man
on.
thought
to-
it was just some citizen doing this shit.
I did not think that, but I said the lady. Is she not a lady? All I said
citizens
was a lady.
arrest.
Do you got more for us, Pop? Did you do some good research? You just want to get off your chest, my brother? Because I
Show us
said
your
some lady.
face.
Do you have her
Show
name?
us your face.
Do you have her
Show us
name,
your
my brother?
face.
Because he
Show us
do
your
you have her
face.
name?
We
Come on,
need a
brother.
face
I
to the
just said
crazy.
the lady,
Just add a
brother.
face to the crazy, please.
You
Add
know
a
what I'm
face
saying?
to
How
the
much she
crazy.
suing for?
Add a
All
face
right.
to the crazy.
We don't know,
please.
actually.
All right, let's go to the next topic. We got the New York mayor slams New York bill reform. He says their criminal justice system is insane. Basically, he's talking about New York remains the only state that prevents judges from considering a threat to public safety when making custody determinations. So, you know, they can't determine, they're not determining if the criminals are dangerous or not.
Right. Based off of prior arrests.
Oh yeah, based on prior arrests.
And I
yeah.
personally agree with them. Lock the motherfuckers up, man. They're terrorizing the community. Get them off the goddamn streets. Like, y'all are out here shooting and terrorizing folks that just want to get up, go to work. You're making it a hostile environment. You're turning it into an environment to where the people who aren't hardened criminals have to become or take on an element of being a hardened criminal, carrying a gun, being prepared to blow somebody's head off, simply to survive in an area. And I don't like it. I think those judges should be able to use their discretion when it comes to people who have been arrested for violent crimes and have shot at people. Yeah, I mean, they're just a menace to society. Nobody needs them around. Just die already.
Oh, okay.
That's how I feel.
All right. We don't believe in rehabilitation.
No, fuck no. They're recidivists. We're talking about, they said in that article, it said that
On a white man.
700 people were responsible
It's cool
for
at
over
first.
38% of the shootings in that area. What does that tell you?
Now,
That
John,
those people are degenerates. And they don't belong on our streets, man. Lock them up and let the rest of us live in harmony.
They say 54% of them have open felonies before.
Exactly. They're felons.
I
no
agree
good.
with you. I agree with you until you said they just died. But you're right, man. Even with the threat.
I mean, if you're out here killing people, you don't agree that they should die?
I don't think these are the type of people that they are like. These aren't proven killers that are being discussed right now.
So
Those
you
people
think that
are
they
in
shot
jail.
one person? They shot their
You
gun one
can't just
time
be
and they're
making
in
them
jail?
a killer because they shot somebody or shot at
Listen,
somebody. That doesn't
If
make
they
them a killer.
haven't killed someone yet, they
Just
will.
like you said,
Give
they
him
have
some
to prove
time.
it. Just like you said in the
Give him
previous
some time.
segment, they have to prove
But
that.
that's what I'm saying. If he
But you
hasn't
still have to
killed them
prove
yet,
that, though.
you're right.
You
But
know,
if he
he don't care because he's talking about black people.
no, I'm talking about anybody. It could
Oh,
be Mexican.
okay.
It could be white.
I agree with you
Anybody.
also until you got to the killing part.
So here's the part, right?
Get rid of them.
I don't agree with the bail reform, right? And I also don't, regardless if you got a threat assessment or not, because some states do, and it's still the same old thing. You know, you put them in, they come right back
I was
out.
about to say,
They
the judges don't care.
They reoffend. and the judges, it's kind of taken out of the judges' hands because of a lot of the states' Supreme Courts told them that, hey, you will do this. You know what I'm saying? And so we are, America is seeing a lot more repeat offenders. And I look at it like this, right? They might not be convicted yet, right? But the motherfucker got like 6 cases of him being there shooting a motherfucker. Okay, he keep being in the same place, the same situation. He needs to stay his ass in jail, right?
Absolutely.
It's getting to the point where, because clearly he don't know where to hang out at.
All right,
you know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, Pop. Go ahead, Pop.
Let's not bunch that into bail reform though, because these are 2 separate issues, and we can't let them put in your head
that's what they
that they're the
highlighted.
Same issue, because they're not.
And you're right. You're right.
You're talking about violent crime, and that is not that's not the majority percentage of people who need bail money. So this is crime. This is crime all over of people who are sitting in there like Khalif, who had the stolen book bag, and he was sitting in there for like 3 years because he didn't have bail money. So it's not even about violent crime and bail reform. The bail reform still needs to happen. And yes, these judges still need to be able to see that violent criminals don't need to be getting certain bonds or higher bonds, or they need to stay in jail longer. They do need to be allowed to consider that when they're, making these decisions and stuff. But the bail reform is not involved in that. That shit still needs to be done.
I understand what you're saying, but the threat assessment part, right? That's why you got the threat assessment, right? And even with the threat assessment, they are still letting people out. Now, motherfuckers with the backpack and shit like that, yes, that's who the threat assessment is for, right? But the threat assessment,
no, that's who the bail reform is for.
The bail reform, the threat assessment came with the bail reform.
Well,
all right. So when you go, say if you get locked up for something, right? And so they're either going to keep you in, or they're going to ROR you, release you on your own recognizance, right?
That's not the same as bail.
How they yes, basically the same. So how they determine
ROR is without any money.
Right. So how you determine that is how do you determine that is, I didn't hear what you said, and that's why I agree with you, but I apologize. But the threat, I thought you said something else, but the threat assessment is supposed to keep people like who you mentioned, Pop, with the backpack. Okay, he's in here for a fucking he's in here for a backpack. Let's let him the fuck out. All right, let's get him up out of here. They are letting people out who has continuously been involved in shootings, killing motherfuckers. They letting motherfuckers out on
just any violent crimes.
Yeah, or ankle monitors who have murdered people.
I think we all agree on that point.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I agree with you, Pop, about the backpack shit. And that's who it's really for. Like, that's what the threat assessment is for. So when the bail reform came, a few years ago, I would say it's been around for a little bit, longer than 5 years, I would say.
Just more shit that New York is ass backwards.
It's just that, dog, like, you letting out motherfuckers that shouldn't be let the fuck out, and that's the revolving door. That's the big problem that the mayor, what's his name, Eric? What's his name?
Eric Adams.
That's what Eric Adams is talking about. He ain't necessarily talking about the dude with the backpack. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about the people they keep letting out who keep being put in situations that they allegedly are doing.
Yeah. On some more New York news, they're taking another L. Angela Yee sent out a cryptic tweet a couple of days ago about the Breakfast Club. As you know, it is officially over. And later come to find out, she's getting her own show. And I guess iHeart is highlighting her podcast as well. So, she's just, trying to do some big things. She's trying to be a mogul of her own. She's trying to be the new Charlemagne. She got jealous of that nigga. So she's like, I can do it too. But no,
come on, man.
I was just playing. I was just joking.
Shout out to Angela.
I can't throw a joke out there.
Let Bigger heard that shit, boy.
Yeah, I know. Big was throwing your ass right now. No, shout out to Angela Yee. I actually like Angela Yee. And without Angela Yee, we would have missed.
You sound like what's your name, Webby?
Yeah. Charlemagne.
Angela
Yee. Yeah. No, real shit though. Without her, we would never have gotten that little Gucci Man clip. where she was trying to hook up with Gucci Man.
Everybody played their part on that.
You gonna go off the negative
that was
part?
a great show, man.
Part.
No, it was a good show. Like I fucked with the whole show, man.
I like the show too, but during the latter years, she has been just woman tick. This woman tick. I ain't gonna say she annoying. I just say she been on the woman. No, I
man,
get
you
it.
hate any woman that you hear enough.
No, I get it. I get it.
I'm talking about you, not me.
No, she didn't keep the same energy. A woman would do something.
Woman you like to hear a lot of?
Well, blah blah blah. A man to do something, she a straight dog, bro. She
hate
keep
Molly,
the same energy. She was going way too hard, but good for her, man. She got.
That's just my only thing. But yeah, I mean, I think it. Who would y'all like to see in her spot? Do y'all have anybody out there for? Because they're replacing her. They are replacing her.
With who?
I mean, it's good to have a female, man. You gotta keep that base.
It is good to
keep that.
I don't know. That's what I said. Like, who would you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Jess Hilarious.
I don't know who's up and coming personality.
You think Jess? You like Jess Hilarious? They call.
Jess, she's funny, but she's from B-more. But
what they got to do with anything?
I don't need nobody trying to be too funny.
I really don't think that they need to add another element. Like I think there's enough.
I think they do.
Between DJ Envy and
I really think they need to blow
the
whole thing up.
A female, you're gonna lose a whole female fan.
Are they really gonna lose them though?
Yes.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will.
I don't know.
She has a whole podcast about women for that.
Like 15-20% at least.
So you think that fans of the show are gonna legit say
there are a lot of? I think they're
not gonna listen to it as much.
As many women who listen to the shit than as men. Because you're just thinking like interviews and shit.
Do you think they're all there? Are they all there?
It's a 3-hour-long show,
there?
bro.
She got her own segments and everything.
Yes, she did. Now she has a little gossip corner. The rumor
she got that, and she
already had her own podcast. She had the lip service.
Yeah, that's another reason why she's leaving too.
She was doing the phone calls too. She was running the phone calls on there too.
So yeah, I mean, me personally, I think.
I mean, if spot has to be full, I don't even think them niggas got enough. They already got enough when they played to even try to fill. Like that should take. You can't just pick that up.
Me personally, I think they need to blow the whole thing up if she leaves, because they already doing their own thing anyway. Like they always like most of the time on the show, they always contemplating on if they're gonna re-sign their contracts or whatever. So I think they need to blow the whole thing up.
That's what you got. That's the hub. Bro.
I know, but they got
still. That's like saying like an NBA player who got all these business deals, making a lot of money. Like that's the hub. People still rap and do other things because that's the hub. That's where everything comes from. That's like the top of the tree.
I really hope
I get that, but not no more.
To fill that position that it's done well. Like
I mean, it's still a top. It's like a top 5 syndicated national show. Like it's, you don't just give up on that.
I don't think they. I ain't saying they give up. I'm just saying like they reached a point in their careers where they can. You see Charlamagne doing it. He already said he wants to be a media mogul, so he's going for it.
I don't know if they're making enough to drop like a 7-figure contract just like that. I don't know if they're making that much.
Man, this man got a whole TV show. Huh?
And I think
they're getting that?
Yeah, they're getting that. They're getting that. And especially with promotions and everything too.
You can't just. That's a big bag to drop.
I mean, it's only worth dropping if there's a bigger one to be had.
Man, there's a lot of history.
I mean, you're gonna have to do the same work, same hour. Like, what's the bag gonna be?
A lot of history, a lot of iconic moments, change, all that stuff. All that's gone. We gotta have a whole new.
Iconic moments ain't gone.
Birdman pull up.
Didn't she used to beef with Charlamagne? Her and Charlamagne used to beef for a little bit, and they had to
because of that Gucci thing.
Yeah, I think the chemistry was messed up after that.
I don't think so.
That was like 5 years ago.
It was weird. It was weird. It was fake. That's the energy I was getting.
Fake.
I ain't gonna lie. I was feeling that too. I'm not even.
I felt it was fake energy, dog.
I don't think he ever felt it like that.
I think that was weird, fake energy between both of them.
How many years?
So you think Gucci Man was lying?
13 years.
I don't know about Gucci Man and that, but I'm talking about
Gucci was lying. I saw the truth in his eyes.
I'm talking about the energy between.
He was probably on shrooms. He probably thought she was there, nigga.
Nigga probably on his 3rd cup of syrup, and he talking about
Angela Malie. I thought I saw him. Hey man, but
why did Webby fuck that up like that though?
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it. Yo,
no, I'm doing it, man.
He was reading.
Guy, man.
You
know what's so funny? When she announced that she was leaving, that was like, I was on Twitter and shit. That was like one of the first videos that popped up. Was Webby trying to read the goddamn.
Bro, they have some good ass classic videos. That DMX joint.
I forgot all about
when he was
that.
Talking about pulling
that dude over. I forgot all about that.
I just remember the Christmas song singer. He was like, I'm about to ask for his driver's license. Like, this nigga was tripping. You late to go to the airport and you pulling somebody over with the light in your car and shit. He was mad. He was mad because homie, he said he didn't respect his authority.
That joke was so funny, bro. We got Kodak right here.
You had the Ray J, and
Booty goes outside. All
that
of
that. That Ray J was top 3. That Ray J was top 3. Birdman top 3.
What's y'all all time favorite? What's y'all number one? I think the Birdman one. We got Soulja Boy
or the Ray J joint.
We got the Soulja Boy.
Ray J is
that was crazy.
I think it is Ray J because that came out. It was it's the tie between Ray J and Birdman to me because it was just out of nowhere.
Hey, that one with MGK freestyling was funny as fuck too.
I ain't seen that one.
Oh, he said he about to cry.
Funny ones though.
So what? Which one?
Oh
wait,
Funny Marco.
What about the one where Safari was freestyling?
Funny Marco. What are you talking about?
I was just thinking of like other interviews that's going to end up topping a lot of this shit that we're talking about.
Man, you out here hyping up competition and shit. What I tell you about doing that?
That's not a podcast.
Who? He do got a podcast. That's his podcast when he do that. Stop hyping that nigga up, man.
Those are interviews.
It's a podcast. Stop hyping that nigga up, man. He's still a social influence in competition. Stop hyping that nigga up.
Oh, I thought he was talking about
We got cameras everywhere. Like
I don't give a fuck. We got cameras everywhere. We got 4 cameras right here, nigga. We got 4
cameras at $1 million.
Stop hyping that nigga up.
Yeah, they do. I mean, he's clearly.
We got the same amount of cameras, $1 million worth of games too, nigga. We got 4 cameras.
He's going like whole family.
We got 1 camera for each of us, nigga, in different fucking rooms.
Count it, nigga. Hey, man. But today is we're doing this podcast on a Thursday. Yeah, 2 more days until the official start of preseason. Football is back. You see me. We got the 2 deuces.
That shit gonna be
why you hating, bro?
It's gonna be a brown paper bag. Motherfucking say.
Why you see he hating, bro? You sound like the Cowboy fans all of a sudden.
I'm pointing at the one with the mask. He gonna replace.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about. Oh yeah, you right. Oh yeah, you right.
That's what it's gonna do. What?
It's gonna be a brown paper bag instead of that Kodak.
Oh, it should be.
I hope so.
Hey,
whoa.
John, you down there too, John? Hey, we're gonna do these predictions. The episode before the season starts.
Time before that.
You got until kickoff. What, September 11th?
First game.
No, ain't no after the first game. And guess who the Cowboys got for the first game? Them big bad Bucks. Let's go.
They didn't need them the first game. They almost beat the Buccaneers, and then he almost had them winning this. Like, what happened? It was if they win, they gonna have a good season.
I had us going to the playoffs. What do you mean?
No, you had them going past that.
Did I not have us going to the playoffs after that?
Oh my god!
Remember, at first, I.
It's cool. It's cool. It's still. We ain't gonna talk about last season. We saw what it was.
I got fucking hiccups.
But I'm just giving a preview of what it's gonna be. Football season start back up again. Y'all know how we do it at the end of every episode. Can't wait for that. But this concludes this week's episode of Counsel Us Later. Don't counsel us now. Counsel us later. Little bitch.
Bitch.
Peace, motherfucker.